Hey YouTubers, this is Ace Ricker. It is, if I can get the day, it is March 16th at 12:37. So it just turned the 16th. But right now, sorry I haven't done my videos a lot. Just had my birthday. Wasn't very exciting. I had to go to school. But my parents did say happy birthday to me. So that was a plus. Also, last time I took my shot, not this previous week. Previous week went great. The week before that, I didn't make a video because I was talking about one of my last shots, the last video that I did, that I switched locations on my knee. Don't do it. Because 3 weeks ago, I think it's 3 weeks ago, this 3 Tuesdays ago, when I did my shot, I actually, in that area, which is on my right leg, in the front, next to where the muscle is, right almost near your knee, a little bit farther back, probably 2 inches back, I injected, and I must have hit a nerve, or I hit a nerve which inflared my soft tissue, which then inflared my kneecap, where I could barely walk, and I had to go on antibiotics, and I almost got an infection, and all the doctors I saw told me that it was the worst place I could have ever taken my shot. Nothing against the people that take the shot. The reason I moved my location was because my roommate and a few of my friends that have been taking testosterone and injecting testosterone for years now in that same place have not had that problem. And when I was doing it in the middle of my leg, which I have gone back to, I was getting it where my legs, the muscle in my leg would contract, and then some of the shot would come out, and it just irritated me. But the last time I did my shot, and where the new spot, it was horrible. I could have done nerve damage, and I was told by several doctors through the period of time I had to go and get blood taken. I had to go check with my primary doctor and my other doctor that's giving me the testosterone, not to do it there. There's too many tendons and nerves to do it there. And I switched back to the middle of my thigh, on the top of my thigh, where they told me to do it. And that last shot I did this past Tuesday, not this Tuesday, last Tuesday, went great. The one thing I did is I pulled the skin tight instead of actually pinching the skin and then injecting. I pulled it tight and then inject, which after I pulled the needle out, I let go so the skin would tighten again, and nothing came out. It bled like not even a drop of blood, just because I just can't just put the needle in. I have to go pretty slowly because I'm scared of the motion of my skin bouncing back. I don't know. Long story for another time. But for the most part, everything has been going good now that my knee's better. I had to go on antibiotics for a week and a half. But everything's been going pretty good with that. Right now, big thing. The Connecticut equality bill has been raised. I know I haven't talked about another videos I've put up, but this will specifically, again, will stop discrimination on any level, whether it's at your job, whether it's getting a mortgage, getting loans for your class, getting loans for whatever. Any discrimination against transgendered, your orientation, your sexual orientation to your sexuality will be defined in Connecticut law. So anyone that's in Connecticut that is nervous to stand forward and be who they are because they're nervous about being fired, denied loans, denied scholarships. Don't be. Because right now we're pushing a bill that's going to stop all that. And I'm ecstatic about it. I'm really ecstatic about it. And if anyone wants any more information, they can always write to me on here, or they can go to my Facebook, ACE Ricker, RICKER, on Facebook, and message me there. But it's definitely been a long trip with the bill, and it's raised, and it's exciting, and so this month's gonna be crazy. But it's good. It's really good. Mainly with testosterone. Voice has gone down a little. I can definitely tell. Singing wise, I've been singing every day. Like, just if you're worried about not singing or practicing singing, turn your radio on. I know people here that are worried about their voice when they're taking testosterone. You turn the radio on, you're singing for the most part, and that's what I do, and I still can hit the notes perfectly fine when I need to. I've actually still been able to hit higher notes even though my voice is getting lower. Little mustache, you probably can't see it because the pixelation on this camera isn't perfect, but people have noticed I have gotten a good peach fuzz. I don't know. No, you can't even see it. The light on the ceiling is not, but it's not my imagination. People were like, hey, you're getting a little stash there. That's one thing I noticed. What else? Body. My chest is a lot more muscle. Like, I can, like, my upper chest, I can feel. Yeah, I work at Stop and Shop. Like, I can feel the muscles in my pecs getting bigger. I mean, I can actually flex them now. I can flex them. I was ecstatic about it. I was like, oh, I can flex my pecs. And my chest is definitely getting a lot bolder. I found that I won't be hungry at all. Won't be hungry for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And then I'll be a vacuum. I'll want to eat everything in sight, and it's crazy. I don't know if it's specifically the testosterone or with my body changing, or just because I've been busy with everything where I have a lot on my mind, and my mind is going, and my body's not really thinking about how hungry I am until my day slows down. But all of a sudden I'll get really hungry, and then sometimes I won't be hungry for hours, a full day, and I'll have to eat something at the end of the day because I'm laying in bed and all of a sudden I'm hungry. But that's mostly it. School's going actually really well. We hit the midpoint of my schooling, or my semester, I should say, not schooling. And my class thinks I'm a dude. Well, I should change that. My class sees me as a guy. My my literature teacher has known me for a couple semesters and knows the situation and addresses me as Ace and addresses me with male pronouns, and the class hasn't gone against it. And for the people that do know me in class, that I am transitioning, they see that the class is not second guessing, even with my chest sometimes somewhat showing, because I do not bind. I do not feel like I have to bind because I know who I am, and whether you see it or not, I don't really care. I know I'm a dude, and if you want to approach me any different with female pronouns, I'm not going to take it, especially if it's disrespectful. I know some people where they've known me and they screw up time to time because they've known me for years and they've known me as female pronouns and my birth name, and you can tell when somebody's slipping up. You can tell when somebody is accidentally doing it, and you can tell when somebody's really meaning to do it to annoy you. And if they slip up, that's fine. I kind of just brush it off. I'm not really worried about it. You know who I really am, and I know you're apologetic. And a lot of people get nervous and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Don't be sorry. It's gonna happen. It's a psychological thing. It's your mind has always told you to say this and call me this, and now it's changing. It's not gonna be as easy. People that do it on a disrespectful level is a whole different thing. You don't do it disrespectfully. That just isn't right. That's like if I called, like, if I said something bad about your family or something, but you're saying it directly toward me. You're saying something directly toward me that you know will piss me off. And I would know that if I said something about your family, it'd piss you off. But everything's been pretty good with everything else. School's going good. My dad is actually, it seems like he's trying. And we don't really talk that much, but we did go out for like dinner. Yesterday night, for my birthday was March 10th, and we finally got to go to get to dinner yesterday, and it went well. I could tell he didn't know how to handle it. Like, he wanted to let his guard down and accept, like, just the conversation and to talk to me openly and directly and whatever. But then he was like, well, this is going against what I feel from the beginning. So he was a little edgy, but we didn't have too many awkward moments. When I went in there to the restaurant and met them, I was terrified. I was like, oh my god, there's going to be awkward moments. All different stuff. But right now, there's a lot of things that are happening in my life that are ecstatic. Like, I'm ecstatic about. We have a pride coalition that I'm part of with great people. Amazing people, great people I met and was introduced to. And then also, I'll be speaking for Transgender Month. I think it's Transgender Month. I don't know specific how they quote it in the month ratio, but for a youth group in Norwalk. I'm not going to state the youth group. But I'm privileged. I'm privileged to be asked. I'm very grateful that someone would feel like they could be comfortable enough to come to me, and I didn't even know this guy until a couple weeks ago, and he was like, "Oh, will you come down and talk about your life and your situation to some of these youth in the LGBT community?" And it was great. It's really good to be able to help out and reach out. Huge thing with the bill going on. It's great. I'm ecstatic about it. I'm ready. I'm trying to figure out a testimony because I've done a testimony several times before for it. It's just making it is a whole different process. But I'm excited about it. I'm not gonna keep rambling. Hopefully I'll be able to get another, if I have time. See, now I'm fiddling with my hands. Hopefully I will have enough time to do another blog before the end of this week, which will be good. But if not, everyone have a great St. Patrick's Day. Please be safe if you drink. I'm not a drinker myself. I don't drink. But remember, I know I'm sounding like probably a dork, but be safe. I've known people that are stupid when they drink and they've gotten into accidents, they've gotten hurt. I know people that have gotten killed. You want to have a good time? Have a good time. I'm going to be with some good friends at a bar. I will be a designated driver if they need me to be. But have a great St. Patrick's Day and a good rest of this week, all YouTubers. And I will talk to you later. Just remember, you can contact me at Facebook at AceRicker /AceRicker on Facebook in Connecticut. And if you need me, just leave a message here or comment me. And have a good one. Bye.